Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, in today's video, we gotta look at the overall market once again, and I'm going to be sharing with y'all the stocks to keep on your watch list for today. All right, I think today's gonna be very interesting, and the price section is indicating some massive moves. So let's check it out right off the bat. We have the SPY. And in yesterday's video, I gave you guys a very specific warning. All right. I told y'all that there is a lot of stocks that are at prices where people will want to take their money off the table. And by those, I was talking about specifically Tesla and Nvidia. And obviously, these have a huge impact on the SPY and the NASDAQ, right? So when the SPY and NASDAQ, specifically the SPY, when it got to this level, it immediately pulled back inwards at 8 a.m. All right, and then throughout the day, it just traded below that channel. Right now, it's about to be 8 a.m. in about 9 minutes, and it's gonna open below us. All right, there is that box right here. Until that fails, swinging long for multiple days and weeks on end isn't the way to go. All right, day trading is preferred, or like just a swinging for the gaps, like swinging for the gap up or the gap down from day to day is also an option, but you have to be very timely with that and very precise. All right, but I think today there is going to be some nice day trading price action. So like looking at the SPY right now, again, I think it's gonna get filled. I told you guys it's a matter of when. When is it going to get filled? It will get tricky between like here and the time that it actually gets down there. It's gonna get tricky, but there's going to be some clues intraday that will reveal when and where we go lower. All right, obviously 430, that's the price that I have on my charts. So look for bearish opportunities. Now, let's look at the VIX. Let's check out the VIX for a minute. Yeah, so the VIX still trying to, like, it didn't completely collapse below $16. Again, when the VIX get up here to 1950, that gap will get filled. And then from there, I expect like a massive drop with the VIX. Like everything is gonna change course, but it's only a matter of time. So just keep your eyes on the VIX as well. Now, the first stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for today, that stock is none other than W. Again, yesterday I've shared W with y'all because somebody, one of our channel members, asked me to look at this one again and to talk about it again, and I did. I gave y'all a warning. I even set an alert right here at 68 bucks, 68.50-ish. That way when it rings, like you know exactly that, hey, the drop is resuming. And by the drop, I'm talking about the drop that started on Thursday last week. All right, I'm talking about this drop right here. And so far, so good. I think it's gonna continue dropping and dropping all the way down to 60. I'm not bullish on Wayfair at all. It had its moment. I told you guys the bearish triangle in here. It just needs to drop. Like as long as it drops ferociously. Again, if everything else drops, then kind of it makes sense. I like it when there is, how do I say this, some synchronization between the stocks that I'm looking at and the markets, right? I like it, just makes everything a lot easier. So watch this one for a drop. If you shorten it, again, hold your puts, I would say, until the structure just fails in general, until it goes back above like 67 for no reason, or 68 for that matter, until it gets back above right there. Then I would be worried, but if it doesn't, then just wait for the bell at 60 to ring. All right, so that's the first stock. to keep on your on watch. The second stock is Tesla. All right, and Tesla had a nice move between Friday and Tuesday, and right now it's gapping down to it's gapping back down below 230. I think obviously the people who like the shorts from here are probably gonna take their money off the table, which will cause the stock to spike all the way up to around like 232, and then from there I expect some kind of rejection with the overall market, and for this thing to go all the way back down to 220. Or the push might not be that drastic. It might just stop right here. Like it might just stop exactly at 2:30 in the morning. Like just a little 5-minute spike, and then everything collapses. And then we see a drop like this all the way down. All right, so just keep your eyes out for that. Keep your eyes out for that, especially if it breaks below the pre-market low of 226. Let's see here. Yeah, I think 220 is reasonable. Yeah, so that's the one for Tesla. The next one that we're going to look at in today's video, that stock is Citibank. This one I shared it with y'all a while ago. I think I shared it with y'all last week. All right, I gave you guys this bearish structure on the daily right here, right there. I shared it with y'all when it was at around like, I think it was at 40. Yeah, it was at 44. Yeah, it was around here, and it just kept slowly dropping and dropping and dropping. Obviously Mara dropped with it, right? So when everything drops and at least you have puts on one stock, great, you got paid. Because again, a lot of stocks tend to move together. The goal is to really catch the one that's going to move, that's gonna have the biggest move, and the contracts are gonna pay the best, right? But in reality, like most of these stocks move together, especially when the indices are moving in that direction. Now, I told you guys before, I was expecting to move down to 40, and I think that might happen today. It's already at 41. It's not that far away from 40. Like it could just go maybe even lower to $39 before we see some type of bounce. So keep Citi on watch for a continuation down. The next one, we're gonna do an updates on JD. And JD, this one Chinese stock, it jumped, but it didn't really go up here. Like it's opening higher now, but the market is like being a little suspect. So I would say be careful for this one, and you gotta wait for something intraday. Don't just chase this one out the gates. Baidu was the only stock in that sector to kind of like hold its own and hold like much higher than the previous close. All right, and right now it's opening a bit higher, so watch the Chinese sector. They might deviate from the overall market, especially in the morning. And right now it's kind of like above. Yeah, watch the Chinese for the break of 131. That level right there. Like there could be some good action on this one. All right, so that's my thoughts on this stock. The last stock has earnings today, and if you're gambling through earnings, I would say be very careful. Those contracts are extremely inflated. Yeah, so the at the money contracts are like $2,300. So in order for anybody to make money on this stock, like it has to jump all the way up to either 500 or drop real low. So to like 410, beyond 410 or beyond 500, or else everybody will be demolished, and those contracts are going to drop by like 80 or 90% on both sides. Again, there is a 67% chance of losing money when holding through earnings. I would never recommend it. All right. So just be smart with your money, be patient with it. And again, if it turns out to be an earnings killer, the good thing is the next day the movement are gonna be massive, but the contracts are gonna be really, really, really cheap, right? So there's a lot nice room to make a big ROI on day trading the video after the madness. So that's my thoughts on the video. That's my thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, to have early access to these pre-market analysis video, subscribe and click on the join button next to subscribe and choose morning videos to have access to these. These are released 15 to 20 minutes before the market opens. All right, if you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, we can get all of this information in real time, including the details of the contracts that I buy, when I buy them, when I sell them, and most importantly, the reason why I take my trades. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah at Patternology Lab. All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.